Toys, toys, toys. Everywhere I look, everywhere I walk, every time we talk, there's always toys. What do I do with so many toys?
But Papa, I'm 7 years old. I love toys. Toys are my life. It's got to be about toys.
Welcome to episode 2 of our podcast, Conversations with My Son. As you've seen or heard already and guessed, this episode is about toys. I'm Tarun and I'm joined here by my co-host and son, Kian.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kian, co-host of our podcast, and excited to talk about one of my favorite topics, toys. I am excited that you are joining us again today for episode number 2.
Yes, Kian. Thank you to those of you that have come back in to listen to episode 2. I know, Kian, you're excited to talk about toys today. We could hear that in the intro, but we also have a little surprise guest on our show today. You want to tell them about her?
Oh, yes, we should. We are excited to have my favorite playmate and my little sister, Trisha, join us today. Hi, everybody.
What's your name?
Trisha.
You're Trisha, and you're on our podcast today.
Yes.
Because I think you like talking about and playing with toys too, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna start our podcast and talk about your favorite toys. All right. Let's go to today's questions and today's podcast episode. So, Kian, we're talking about toys. I know you and Trisha love toys, right? You guys have a lot of toys?
Oh, yes, we have all kinds of toys.
Yes, tell me about all the kinds of toys you have.
So we have cars, we have figures, and we also have some cool stuff like binoculars, remote control cars,
And Trisha, what do you have? You have quite a few other toys as well, right?
Frozen,
And
tea-sets.
tea sets, and you have. What's your latest big one that you have? Yeah, I know you have a dollhouse, I think.
Yes.
Which one?
Gabby's dollhouse.
Gabby's dollhouse. Okay, we'll come back to that one in a bit. So, Kian, you talked about cars and all the other stuff, but I think your favorite toys are a particular kind, right? Which ones?
Oh, yes. Things that are never broken, except when the actual piece gets split in two. Lego!
And other building stuff as well, right? You like things like magnets and all of that as well, right?
And, yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. Because for me, the world of building is cool. Because you can get new toys without even waiting for one more.
Right, and I know you like this because it makes you think about things, right? It allows you to build stuff and be creative.
Okay, so yeah, because it allows me to be creative because sometimes I'm just messing around with the blocks, fiddling them, and sometimes it just comes out into this shape.
Yes, but where do you get your inspiration for building all these things?
Normally TV.
And it's not always TV though, right, Kian?
No, sometimes I see some Formula 1 cars or something like this. Oh, look, at Pearl Harbor, something like Pearl Harbor. One time I went to Pearl Harbor and I saw the ship. Wow. And guess what? I made my own toy army.
Yes, I remember that. You built your own ship and you built everything from that. What about... I remember we went to a space museum once, and what did you see there? You saw something cool.
A Mars rover. I got to drive it. How cool is that?
And then when you came home, I know you built your own rover, right?
Oh, yes. But it's in Manila still. And the funny part about it is, you know what I used for the headlamps?
What?
Pistachio shells.
Whoa! So you use all kinds of creative stuff to make your toys, right?
Yes, but it's normally used for tours, fights, and also driving in forests.
Ah.
It's called a forest rover.
So why do you like building? What is it about building?
It's just that I get to make toys that I didn't know it could even be made.
Yes, I think that's the key part. But I think from what I remember when you were young, you wanted to be a builder at some point, right?
Yeah, I still want to be a builder, but I'm not sure what kind.
Yes, because you can build so many different things. You do cars, you do rovers, like you said, you do ships. So you're able to do different things, right?
Yeah, but my most favorite thing to build is normally cars.
I know you like fast cars, right?
Oh, yes. And my most recent discovered car is a drag car.
Oh, Kian, tell us about the big toy car you have outside that you drive around.
Oh, it's the quad bike. It can be, but there's a slow mode on it. But there's a fast mode too.
Yes, we'll come back to your quad bike because I know you and Trisha like that. Let's go to our guest today. Trisha, tell us about your favorite toy today.
I like Frozen.
You like Frozen, so what's your favorite toy from Frozen?
Elsa and Anna.
Elsa and Anna. And what do you do with them usually?
Sometimes I fight with them.
Oh, but do they fight in the movie?
Elsa hits Anna and then freezes her.
She freezes her. That's from the movie, right?
Yes.
Have you seen the movie, Trisha?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
What did you like about the movie? Tell us a bit more about it.
Elsa freezes Anna and then she freezes the whole city, and then she runs, and the whole Arendelle is covered in snow.
And who's your favorite character from Frozen?
Elsa and Anna.
Not the little snowman. What's the guy's name?
Olaf.
You don't like Olaf. But you like his song, right? The one. Yes. What's the name of the song? Do you remember?
In summer. And he's very funny too.
Yes.
He thinks he can survive in summer. He almost melted, but Elsa helped him. She made a cloud full of snow to go everywhere in summer.
Okay.
But let's get back to our topic of toys.
Yes, let's get back to toys. So tell me one thing. I know, Kian, you have different interests and Trisha has different interests. Do you guys play with each other on your toys?
Oh, yes. But sometimes we get a little mixed up with what we're doing. Because sometimes Trisha's playing this and I'm playing this. And sometimes Trisha can just suddenly say, I can do it, but maybe not.
And Trisha, do you like playing with Kian?
Sometimes not.
Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Do you guys share your toys, or do you, like most siblings, fight when you're playing?
We mostly fight.
No, not mostly.
Okay, we used to, but now we're getting better. But we have a few private toys that we want to keep to ourselves, but we share most toys.
Okay. Trisha, do you like sharing your toys with Kian? Because I know when you play tea party, you like to invite all of us to your tea party, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you do in a tea party?
What do you do in your tea party usually?
Make food and sometimes make drinks too.
Drinks too? What drinks do you make?
Coffee and juice.
And juice. But no tea. It's a tea party.
Yes. She makes coffee and tea. I make coffee and tea and food.
Wow.
Like pancakes and Nutella toast and croissants.
Wow,
that's a lot.
That's a lot, Kian, and that's an elaborate tea party, no?
You'd make a feast, Trisha.
Yes.
You could feed poor people too.
Yes.
For poor people, is it free? Yeah. Then let's get back to our topic, toys.
Cool. What else can you tell me about your toys? What do you learn from your toys when you play with your toys?
Oh, anything could happen to make us learn. Anything could happen. We could learn like, wow, we can make this toy. Wow, you can do this with the tea set.
Wow. And with your toys and sharing, is there something you learn about that when you share with each other? Is it more fun to share?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but mostly it's more fun because like it's also easier and it's easier to hold things, and also you also have a teammate.
I think that's the most important part, right? To have a teammate to play with. Yes. Trisha, what about you? It's more fun to play with Kian, right?
Yes. Sometimes I get a little left out.
You get a little left out. Or
You don't. You get angry.
You get angry. And then you want all of us to join you in your playtime, no? Very good.
Sometimes.
What questions do you guys have for me? Let's see what you have.
What toys did you play when you were a kitty?
When I was a kiddie, I played with so many toys. I played with cars, like Kian. I had a lot of cars. I used to drive a lot of the cars. So Kian, you mentioned a quad bike. I never had a quad bike, but I had a bike that I used to bike around with a lot. I had cars that I used to drive inside the house. I know how you have a little yellow one, right? I used to have a red one that I used to drive and park around the house.
Did it have gas?
No, it was a battery car.
Oh, electric's what I meant.
Yeah, it was an electric car. And then we also had, I had a train set that I loved a lot. Then as I grew older, I had more toys
like
that were...
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles?
the Ninja Turtles and...
Figures?
And action figures. Yes, Trisha, you knew all of that. Wow. And but I think what I miss now is the cool toys you guys have, because you have some really fun stuff.
You can still play with us.
You have drones and you have other cool toys like your quad bike, which I love to see because that makes me want to be a kid again. I told you Papa is the biggest kid in this house, no?
Yeah, yes. But you can still play with us.
I do. I play with you all the time.
Know. But sometimes you act like a kid.
I mean, sometimes I act like a kid.
What was
yes.
your favorite toy when you were a kid?
What was my favorite toy? My train set. I used to love my trains.
Which was your favorite toy when you got older?
When I got older, I loved my remote control cars. I used to love those.
Same as me.
And
action figures?
And my action
Same
figures.
As me.
Yes.
I love remote control.
We used to play action figures with all my friends. They used to collect their own. I used to collect my own. We used to bring it all together and play together. That was the fun part of being a kid. Any more questions for me?
How old were you when you liked all these toys?
I still like toys. I'm 42 and I still like toys, Kian.
Well, how old were you when you liked the train set?
Oh, when I liked the train set? Probably when I was 6 or 7. So kind of your age, actually.
Oh, that's surprising.
What age did you like when you had the action figures?
Action figures when I was a little older, when I was more of 11, 12, that kind of age. I had more action figures at that age.
This is something that I like. How old were you when Daddy said you can't play with toys anymore?
Daddy never said I can't play with toys anymore, but as you grow older, your interests change. You've realized it too, because now as you guys grow older, you want to watch more TV, you want to play video games, you want to do different things. So it's not always about toys. But I also see that when your friends are out and they're out and about running and playing, you want to go out and play with them as well.
They're not out today, though.
They're not out today, but when they're normally there, you guys want to go out, you want to bike. So
I love lunchtime at school and playtime, but sadly, playtime's short.
It's okay. The school's got to be a balance about studying and playing, right?
But also, I won the extra playtime award on Friday.
Cool.
So I get to play 10 minutes more.
Nice. We're going to come back to school in another episode. Okay, so guys, this was a fun episode. Trisha, thank you for joining us on our episode, and I was glad to hear about your Frozen adventures and your love for Anna and Elsa. Kian, what would you like to say to our audience?
Oh, so we might have a special guest in school too, which might be a bit awkward. Guess.
All right, Kian. I think we are good. We'll keep the surprise guests a surprise for later. Let's not spoil this for the audiences. But till then, let's say bye to everyone and happy playing with your toys.
Happy playing, kids.
And see you next time on episode 3.
Yes. We'll have a good time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I hope you found this podcast interesting.
And good.
Thanks, Trisha. Thanks, Kian. We'll see you next time. You can listen to the podcast every week, Friday, 10 a.m. UK, on wherever you get your podcasts. Bye-bye.